You know that thing, that project, that idea, that goal you're so excited about, but you just haven't started? If you've been telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow, then this is for you.
Does this sound familiar? You're just waiting for the perfect moment. You know, when you have more time, or feel more inspired, or when the stars perfectly align. But are you still waiting?
Yeah, let's be real about it. That perfect moment is a fantasy. It's this nice little story we tell ourselves that keeps us safe and stuck. The truth is, waiting for perfect is just the fanciest form of procrastination.
So yeah, this whole idea of waiting for the perfect moment, it's a trap, and it's so easy to fall into. But the good news is, once you see it for what it is, you can actually get out of it. And we're going to show you exactly how.
Look, the issue has never been about your desire. You want it, right? Of course you do. The real problem is the story in your head, the one that says you have to have it all figured out before you can even take the first step.
Now this is a total game changer. We've been taught to wait for everything to be perfect before we begin. But what if we've got it completely backwards? What if the simple act of starting is the only perfect condition we ever really need?
Okay, so if it's not laziness and it's not a lack of passion, what is it? What's the thing that's really holding you back? Well, there's this invisible force at play, and it's about time we gave it a name.
And that force is called resistance. It's that little knot in your stomach. It's that voice in your head that whispers, not yet, or you're not ready. It's that friction you feel right before you do something that truly matters. The key is to know that feeling isn't you, it's just resistance.
And trust me, resistance is sneaky. It loves to wear costumes. Sometimes it looks like perfectionism. Other times, it's that feeling of imposter syndrome. It can even disguise itself as doing more research. Sound familiar? These are all just clever ways resistance tries to keep you from starting.
Let's be really clear here. You're not scared of the work itself, of writing that first sentence or recording that first take. What you're avoiding is that awkward, messy, uncertain feeling of being a beginner. You're avoiding the part where it isn't perfect yet. And you know what? That discomfort is totally normal. It's part of the process.
So, how do you beat this powerful force? Well, the answer might not be what you think. It's not about some huge burst of willpower. It's about being smarter than resistance. It's about taking tiny, almost laughably small steps.
Okay, check this out. This is the new playbook. On the left, you've got the trap we all fall into. But on the right, that's our way out. Instead of waiting to feel ready, we act before we're ready. Instead of aiming for a perfect masterpiece, we just aim to make something.
The real secret here is to lower the bar. Make the first step so incredibly easy that it feels silly not to do it. Don't think about the whole workout, just put on your shoes. Don't worry about the business plan, just write down one single idea. That's it. That's the start.
I mean, think about it like this. You're not trying to build an entire forest today. You're just planting one seed. But that one seed, that one tiny action, is where everything else comes from. Each little step you take after that just helps it grow.
And that brings us to this number, 90%. What's that about? Well, it's the old saying that 90% of success is just showing up. Honestly, the hardest part is getting out the door. Once you're in motion, momentum takes over.
And this is where the magic really starts to happen. Because that first tiny action you took, it doesn't just end there. It kicks off a chain reaction. It creates momentum.
You see, we have this whole thing backwards. We sit around waiting for motivation to strike us like a bolt of lightning before we get to work, but it almost never happens that way.
Here's the secret. Action comes before motivation. It's the movement that creates the feeling of motivation, not the other way around. The moment you start doing something, your brain gets on board and the inspiration starts to flow.
And this is why there's a huge difference between just consuming, like watching another tutorial, and actually creating. Consuming often just makes you feel like you're not ready yet. But creating, even badly, it proves to you that you are. It builds real confidence. And the best part? This is a compounding effect. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. Every little action you take makes the next one a little bit easier. It all builds on itself, creating this incredible positive cycle. So, when you really get down to it, this isn't just about starting a project. It's much bigger than that. It's about a choice you're making, right now, for the person you want to become.
Seriously, take a second and picture it. 1 year from today, you can either look back and be so glad that today was the day you finally started,
Or you can be in the exact same spot you're in now, just wishing you had.
That power is completely in your hands, right now, in this moment. You get to decide. You can stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it instead.
So that's it. That's the big secret. It isn't some complicated formula. It's about choosing action over waiting. It's about embracing the messiness of being a beginner. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is that first step. So go on, just start.